Amber Heard is a pretty face, but she's rotten on the inside. And today we look into her being a Karen and more proof that she's just awful to other human beings. And not just Johnny alone. Hey Amber, why do you accuse everyone of being abusive? You know that statement or that quote about if everybody's being an a-hole around you, you actually may be the a-hole? Just throwing that out there. Let's get right into it, guys. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be discussing more about Amber Heard and the Johnny Depp case. And let me tell you, we got some more proof that Amber Heard treats people like shit. Can I say that? I think I can say that. But anyway, in this situation, somebody came out about their experience with Amber Heard as an employee for her. And let me tell you, she's a Karen. If you're wondering, it's basically, she's a Karen. That's why she didn't end up calling the cops. She's a Karen. She just needs the hairstyle and she's got it. Okay, so David Killackey Sr. is a mechanic. He's a famous mechanic. Actually, he works on Jay Leno's cars too, and he has a lot of cars, so this guy must be really good at his job for to have celebrities taking their car to him. I'm thinking about switching my car too. Okay, so this is his declaration, and he talks about at the request of Mr. Depp, I have facilitated an agreement with the network to restore and customize his wife's, I'm laughing, hold on, you'll know why, 1968 Mustang. And the first thing that popped in my head, I bet it's red. I bet it's a red Mustang, because she is just a cliche in herself. Are you guys ready? Do we think it's red? You may just think that it's red. And it's red. It's a cherry red. It's cherry red. Sweetie, why do you gotta be such a cliche? Like I knew. Like you're such a Karen. Okay, so he had an unusual and unsettling experience with Amber Heard. Now this guy's like a tough dude, right? So if he's gonna call something out like is an awkward situation, you know it's awkward. Okay? So after installing a new sound system in her Mustang, she asked me to visit her at this address. She wanted me to instruct her on how to operate the touchscreen, you know, help her get all this stuff down. She seemed to be in a happy mood, so she's in the driver's seat, he's in the passenger seat. And then she goes, ooh, here we are alone together in a parked car. A dark parking garage. We could do anything in here and nobody would see us. That sounds like a serial killer comment. You know what I mean? It sounds like something Ted Bundy would say. It's creepy, okay? It's creepy, girl. You're creepy. Why are you so creepy? She added to the statement, however, I am uncertain today of what exactly she added. I think she was either hitting on him or she was kind of being like, I could kill you, nobody would know. Like, girl, you creepy. Why is this girl so creepy? Sorry. This girl is just so creepy, man. Okay, let me show you how this sounds. And he's like, yeah, okay. Like, how are you supposed to respond to that? Alright? That's just weird. I continue to instruct her on how to use the system, and he knows on her contact list, saw Dr. David Kemper. Now, just so you guys know, this is the same doctor that was in her declaration about when she had that concussion and all that. Now, she gets touchy about this. Okay? Oh, you know Dr. Kemper. And all of a sudden, she turns on him. She goes from happy to automatic crazy. How the blank do you know David Kemper? I quickly apologize for asking. It's none of my business. But it was a client of his. It's not. Well, that's why he said it was none of her business. It isn't. Then she went upstairs. He did report the entire interaction to Johnny's property manager, Mr. Murphy, and later to Johnny's sister, Christy. Oh, so weird. Oh, Johnny, why? Why did you marry this woman? I just feel so bad for him. Well, he probably didn't know. Let's face it. The media tries to cover when women are evil. Later, Mr. Depp and Amber Heard separated. However, I continue to work for both of them. Okay. So he did some repairs to the car, and then in June 2016, I received direction from Kevin Murphy to separate the billing on work related to the Mustang. I continued billing Johnny for work performed on his and invoiced Amber directly. I immediately informed Amber of the instructions I was given by Mr. Murphy. And here she goes psycho again. An extremely hostile response from Amber. I did the best to convey to her that I did not wish to get in the middle of the dispute between her and Mr. Depp. He's just doing what he was supposed to do, okay? If the property manager is saying, separate the bills, you go ahead and do it. Because let's face it, in a normal relationship, I mean, why would you be charging the husband and not the wife? Just saying. I always said MF, you're screwing me. Okay, how? You just need to pay for the work you have done on your car. Like, chillax, dude. Like, she's just so freaking crazy. Legal, Mr. by their attorneys and signed by both parties. She said in this agreement, at the end of the day, let's face it, Amber Heard just wants Johnny to pay for everything she does. And then she is so money driven. It's actually kind of scary how money driven she is. I asked her to send me a copy of the agreement, and then I would consult with Mr. Depp's people to form an opinion of the agreement. She said it was privileged and she cannot send me the agreement, therefore I refused to follow her billing request. The verbal abuse continued. Okay, so here's the thing. She told him that couldn't happen, that they had agreement, and then he was like, well, then I need to see that agreement. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and bill you separate. And he's playing it safe, right? He's like, I'm playing it safe, Karen. Okay, calm down, Karen. When she said she hadn't authorized repairs, I reminded her over the phone, conversation, text message, which he's a mechanic, he knows better than that. He's going to have the proof. Tried everything to convince me to release the car to her without her payment. Okay, no. Johnny's not paying my rent. He's not paying my bills. F him and F you. Okay, Karen. Chillax, man. Chillax. I'm sorry you don't have somebody paying your bills. I'm sorry you have to take care of yourself. I didn't realize that was a problem for you. I thought you were an advocate for being a strong woman. The final phone conversation I had with her was very unpleasant for me. I had enough. And he stopped talking to her directly. Okay, so then he got in contact with her accountant. That he got to a point where I'm just going to demand cash only, which makes sense because it almost seems like she's flaking on payment. Like, that would be like, okay, well, I'm going to need the cash because I don't trust you to give me the money. Like, that would make sense. To inform the new cash policy, she flipped out on me on the phone. The abuse was worse. Yelling, cussing, and threatening with legal action. Amber said that I had broken our agreement to satisfy the open invoices. She also said that I was in a dishonorable... no, you're acting sketchy. It's actually very understandable that he would go to that. So then we got... why didn't you just call your daddy? Oh, wait, you did, and your dad just screwed you over. During the attempted, received many texts and phone calls from Amber's father, which you can prove, okay? We can prove this. After the separation of Amber and Mr. Depp, Mr. Heard became very bitter towards Mr. Depp. That's weird. If they were in an abusive relationship, why would you be mad that they ended their marriage? That's weird, isn't it? Isn't that weird? And then he says, I'm supposed to get 10% of the money, and without it, I can't produce the movie I was going to make. Ooh, that whole family is living off of Johnny Depp and his money, okay? Any judge. You can't tell me a judge isn't going to see this. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. And he is ruining my baby girl's career and blackballing her in Hollywood. Nah, she's doing it, man. She's done it. If it wasn't going to be with Johnny, it was going to be with someone else. Let's face it, it was probably going to end up being with Elon Musk. Either way, and, like, come on. When I get to him, I'm going to be the blank out of him, and I'm from Texas. And men carry guns. Johnny's from Kentucky, by the way. Johnny's going to be the fucking blank in mine. I told Mr. Heard that I sounded like he was drunk. He said, yeah, maybe I am, but I'm going to show that... What's with the bottles, man? These people don't need to be around bottles anymore. Take away the bottles. Oh my gosh, they're such a cliche. They fit a stereotype. Maybe they need to, remake Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They would be good as Leatherface. She would be good. After getting on the phone, I called Mr. Murphy, instantly reported what Mr. Heard had threatened, advising him to report it to Mr. Depp's attorney. I knew to such that seriously. Yeah. Because it's money. Okay, so most of the time, you know, we're going to have homicide. It's money is a very big motivator key. So now, here's the other thing we're going to look at, okay? We're going to go to Twitter. Adam. Okay. We're going to talk about this one kind of quickly, but this is going to be about... Sorry. Alright, so this is the Jennifer Howell. I'm only going to read the front page because, frankly, this is a long letter. I ain't got time for this, okay? I ain't got time. So this is one of the most important letters, blah, blah, blah. 2 subpoenas, blah, 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 blah. You are my chosen sister. You are important to me, and I'm hoping that the truth will set you free from a lifetime of abuse and being forced to live someone else's life instead of giving your freedom of your own. I always thought it was weird that, you know, Amber Heard was always contacting her sister to come. It almost seems like because she knows that her sister won't lie. Friendly stick together kind of situation. I don't know. This is just weird. Amber Heard's definitely not normal. Even, like, not like in the sense of being a celebrity. Put the fame aside, I don't think she would be normal in a normal life. And then she is the owner of the Art of Asylum, who were on board while we were. So, pretty much what it says is that this woman was being subpoenaed because they thought that she would have more information on what happened in the penthouse, even though she didn't. Well, she claims she doesn't know everything, which I honestly kind of believe her. I don't think she knows everything. I think she only knows what Whitney told her, and from what Whitney told her was that Amber was the one that was trying to attack Johnny, and not what Amber said in her declaration. Okay, and I don't know why nobody has gone after Amber Heard for perjury yet. I don't know if they're just waiting to see how much more she does and try to get all the counts of perjury. I also don't think they will go after her because she is a white, rich female. And I think she's going to get away with lying to the courts because that's just how our justice system works. And, well, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Our justice system isn't always just. But she definitely, I mean, if it was anybody else, if it was definitely a male, at the end of the day, if a male was in the situation that Amber's in, she would already be done, okay? She would be done. We can all admit to that. We all know that that's what happens. And that abuse goes a little bit further than just a man being a woman, and that's not, I wish that the world wasn't so blinded to the realities of the world, because sometimes they really are. But, I mean, but it talks about the day that she cut her finger. She cut his finger off, okay? I'm sorry, that was definitely Amber's fault. I don't know what was going on. That would be a in private jury kind of situation, so we can't really say too much about that until after the case is done and over. But here we go. Here's the one. Well, Amber and Johnny were in Australia. You were in the office sitting in the back and white chairs near the kitchen and loudly proclaim, "Oh my God, she has done it now. She has cut off his finger." I am not sure if this was before or after Boone Pistor were back in the U.S. and coming into the office. Other staff was in the office at the time and might have a better grasp of the date. I've only informed information you and others shared with me, and my understanding all that is completely other than James giving a sworn testimony to what he did or did not see Amber's face the day in the elevator. I told Adam that if James were asked anything at all, that I know without a shadow of doubt that he would speak the truth, because I know his heart and his conscience and the spiritual journey that he is on to be accountable for anything. By the way, I think what they're talking about is he raped somebody. Don't hold that one to me. I don't know. I saw a bunch of people commenting that, so I don't know if that's true. Inadvertently hurt anyone and to go great lengths to make amends and to do what is right truly. I don't know James. I'm not a big James Franco fan. I never really have been. And I didn't like him in Spider-Man. Like, that's how far back I've never actually really liked him. And then Elon came up in the deputation, and I should only know from you and Paige. your mom took place. I told him I had been told Elon had gifted Teslas, but Amber found out they were bugged, which, to be honest, I'm not surprised. I think their relationship had a bunch of hidden little secrets to it, okay? Because I think Amber abused Elon, and Elon wanted to hide it. Because it's kind of, he wants to be this manly man. He wants to be this genius, and if he can get taken down by this twig of a model, it won't look good. I could be wrong. That's a theory. I don't have any proof to back that one up. So, sorry. It's a conspiracy theory, okay? Pretty much from what I can tell is Amber Heard's sister Whitney is afraid of her. Which I always thought it was weird that she would always have her sister come over to help with Johnny, which I'm like, why? Why wouldn't you have somebody that's friends with Johnny to come over to help with Johnny? Why would you have your sister? Like, that's just weird to me. I think she had her sister come over because she knows that she can manipulate her sister a lot more than anybody else. Because she does definitely abuse her sister without a doubt. I see how she interacts with her sister, and it's just like, girl, come on now. But anyway, I think whether the courts say that Amber Heard is guilty or not, we as the audience can see that this evidence that she's guilty, okay? We don't have anything to back up any of her claims other than some photos, and that's about it. We don't have anybody testifying. I mean, she lost the Me Too activists because the Me Too activists, I heard those audio tapes and you just sounded awful towards Johnny for somebody that was being abused. So, I mean, she pipped in his bed. Like, that should be, like, enough. But without a doubt, I don't think this is no longer a he said, she said moment. I think we finally we get a lot more of the story, the bigger picture of what's really truly going on between these two. Well, what went on between these two. And I'm sorry, Amber, but you need to come to terms with the fact that you're a money grabber and you went after him for money. He dated you for your looks, not your personality. You liked him sober. But at the end of the day, I think Johnny deserves the justice. I mean, he really does. Like, he needs the justice. Not only does he need the justice, but the multiple people that stand behind him when they get, kind of not believe when they get turned into the abuser. I think this is another case to, just like when there was that one girl that claimed that this football college student, wrapped her, and then she came back years later feeling guilty and said, no, he didn't do it, I lied. And then she ended up getting arrested. So, but I don't think Amber has the conscience like that. So, and I think this also needs to come to light because everybody that's going to get involved in her life for the next, until she dies, needs to be aware of the, be aware of Amber. Like, I'm not saying you can't be friends with her or don't be associated with her. Just know that what you're signing up for when it comes to Amber. Because to the public, she's rude. She's a Karen. She's a liar. She manipulates. We caught her in so many lies. Like, we can prove these are lies. Like, she can't sit there. I didn't lie. And she hasn't tried to say she's lied either. She just doesn't want to change her narrative. Because if she admits that she didn't lie, and we can prove that she lied, then that's just worse for her. Other than that, I'm waiting for the verdict. I keep checking every morning for it, every night. I'm waiting for it. I'm excited for it. I think the Sun, now whenever I read their articles, I'm just like, yeah, did you really fact check this? Or are you just uploading for the views? Are you clickbaiting us? So, at the end of the day, I mean, the Sun did clickbait. It's a question of clickbaiting, and they totally did. They lied. They lied in their title. They lied in their article. So, we all know that. We know that now. That it goes further than this. And then they didn't bother looking into it before putting something out like that. And they probably, I mean, to try to put that on somebody's reputation means you probably should have done that in the first place. Just saying. Again, I am all for justice for Johnny. I think he should win. I think he needs to win. I don't think he's doing this for money. Let's face it. He's not doing this for money, guys. Okay? Plus, we also need to remember the stuff they tried to ruin him with in the Sun trial are stuff that we already knew about Johnny. Fans already know a lot about his usage of drugs and alcohol. Like, people know this about Johnny. And you can also tell how he interacts with people. I mean, come on. He's never been a really bad guy to anybody. So why is she so different than everybody else. So that's the other thing. What makes her so different than everybody else? He's never abused anybody else, but all of a sudden this woman claims that he's abusive. Like, that's just weird to me. I don't know. Johnny, please stop dating models. I think he is dating a model again. I hope not. Quit dating models, okay? Just stay single for a while. It's okay. You don't have to be in a relationship. It's alright. But Johnny, my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you get the justice you deserve. And, you know, I think it's time for Amber to come back to reality. And I think it's time for her to kind of step out of the spotlight because she's kind of ruined that reputation on her own. Can't blame Johnny for this. I'm sorry. This stuff is going to come out with or without Johnny. I'm sorry. This stuff is really bad. How she treats people is really bad. And as somebody, I really don't like people using social justice stuff to back their claims and use it for personal gain. Because I think it downgrades whatever that movement is. So, and I also like to give my apologies out to James Wan, because he is the reason why I love horror movies, and I feel really, really bad that I can't go see Aquaman 2 and that I can't watch Aquaman anymore. I really kind of wish I could email him or give him a shout out saying, I'm sorry, just know that I've been a fan of yours ever since you did Saw, since that short came out. You know, my personality, something that makes me who I am is that I love horror movies, and to not be able to watch his stuff is kind of upsetting me. But you know, I'm not against him or his art. I'm just against Amber, and I just think she sucks as an actor. She does. Like, you can tell she used to be a model. Okay, we can all admit that. Like, you can tell in her acting that she used to be a model because of the way she carries herself. But anyway, like and subscribe. When the verdict comes out, we'll be talking about that again. I hope I helped bring some more opinions to some more people. And again, the whole point of doing these videos is to prove that I am not a bot, that I generally see that Amber Heard is, she's a pretty face, ugly inside. She's rotten to the core. So I hope you guys have a great day, okay?